things in life that I want. I want a Tiddy and Shiner Show catalog. I want I want a strain of weed named the Tiddy and Shiner Show.
Okay.
And a Dr. Pepper.
Okay, we can probably take care of one of those tonight.
It's an honor to have a strain named after you.
Oh, dude, you won't even believe how cool that would be.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. And if it was a really good strain where people were like, man, I can't get enough of that Tiddy and Shiner Show. Well, you listen to the podcast? No, the weed. It's awesome.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a very real possibility. This could happen in the near future.
Yeah, it very well could with Oklahoma. Man, it took about 5 months, and it was a real slow crawl for this medicinal marijuana thing once it got passed by the voters. And then come about February, it has grown legs, and now it's put on 35-inch mud tires and a bigger motor, and it's just going everywhere.
Oh, we watched this thing explode like Tannerite, dude. I mean, this thing has just exploded.
There are so many dispensaries opening up. There's more pot dispensaries now than there are Walgreens.
Oh, I don't know that bit.
And there used to be a
you go out and do something in town, you find another one.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's some that have pretty cool names.
Oh, I love some of the names.
Yeah, there's one up in Bartlesville called Dank Stuff.
We should do that. We should compile the 5 best dispensary names around Northeast Oklahoma.
Yeah, because there's some pretty cool ones out there, and there's some that are just kind of run of the mill.
Right.
You know, I would applaud the guy that says wants to put up like the marijuana dispensary. That's the name. Just the marijuana dispensary.
Hey, back to basics, man. Straight back to the basics.
Or our shit ain't bunk.
Yeah, there you go. Somebody should put one up and just says skunk weed. Name it skunk weed.
That's awesome. I tell you what, man, speaking of the storm yesterday, I got caught up in the middle of it. I was on my way home in my van, my big-ass van. It's like a sailboat for the highway when wind hits it. So I'm starting to get winds that are and then 60 mile an hour and then 70 mile an hour. And to the point that the wind was blowing so hard that I pulled over on the side of the road, let off the wind was blowing directly from the south to the north. Okay. And I was headed south. I pull over on the side of the road. I hadn't even put it in park yet. I've got it in drive, but I came to a stop, took my foot off the brake for a second, and it starts rolling backwards, and it's in drive.
So now the wind's 180 degrees?
No, it's still blowing. Yeah, it's pushing me backwards, even though I'm in drive. No kidding. So anyways, I thought in park. I sit there for a little bit, and then the wind changed directions. No kidding. This wind changes directions. I'd had wind coming out of the east and headed westerly, right? And I could feel that because it was kind of wanting to shove me off the road. So I pull over the side of the road, and then about that time, that's when the south winds started coming north and blew me backwards, right? So I thought in park. I got my foot on the brake, had my hands on the steering wheel, and I'm seeing this wind just get with it. And then all of a sudden, the wind starts changing directions again, and it's coming out of the west, headed east. And I can't see 3 feet in front of my van, and I can see debris. I can see like tree branches, all sorts of shit. Just what's that?
It's like that Wizard of Oz song when the tornado hits.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. So I can see tree branches and shit just hauling ass by, and hear clunk, 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 clunk on the side of the van, and then the wind changed directions again, and is coming out of the north, hauling ass south. And it was about that point that I realized I've had 4 different directions of wind about the last minute.
You said a tornado, bud.
I was in the tornado. And it moved my van.
So when you put that video up yesterday to me in the Stimo that you were getting gas and those sirens went off.
Yeah.
You got in your van and drove into the tornado.
Drove right into it. Well, first off,
Storm Chaser Deluxe.
First off, the siren doesn't tell you where the tornado is. It just says cover your ass.
Couldn't see it?
No, it's raining like a mug.
Oh, that's right. They did have a bunch of rain with them, so they were hard to see.
Yeah, you couldn't see shit. Felt it, but you couldn't see shit. And that was really weird with the wind changing directions. I'd wind from every direction blowing me within a minute. And
well, that was one of 4 that were on the ground at the same time yesterday.
Yeah.
We had 4 of them on the ground at one time.
Yeah, found that out.
People that don't live around this part of the country think that we are completely crazy when it comes to tornadoes. But, I mean, I don't know if it's because we grow up around them or what, but, I mean.
No difference than, people who live in Florida and deal with hurricanes.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fact of life. It happens there. Same thing with tornadoes in Oklahoma, and they really don't scare me. Albeit, I was pretty white-knuckled on that steering wheel because I wanted to take my phone out and take video of this. And
how are you holding on the steering wheel so hard? Like, are you just going to take the ride, or, I mean, what were you thinking?
Well, I parked about 20 feet away from 2 really big trees. And I thought those trees might give me some cover.
Or they might get ripped out of the ground and turn into big.
Yeah, well, yeah. I started thinking that too. So I put my van back in gear, and I had my foot on the brake. I did not have it on the accelerator because I'm thinking, man, if I'm gonna have to bolt, I'm gonna bolt. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be ready. So taking video at that point was ludicrous. Yeah, but now I kind of wish I would have because that was definitely a different experience.
I don't know that many people, if any, that have been on the highway in a tornado.
No, none of us are generally that stupid. But I'm listen to the radio, and the TV is when you listen to our local talk radio station, Republican talk radio station, when it's really bad weather, they just flip over to the TV station, right? So I'm listening to the weatherman, and they're talking about where the tornado is roughly, and this is the path and all that mess. So, they had said, no water, you guys are in the clear of this. And I'm thinking, okay, well, cool. That passed west of no water and went north. Didn't realize it was still to the south of no water, but it was going to pass way south, like 4 miles south of no water. So they're like, you guys are in the clear. Didn't realize that. So, yeah. So I'm thinking, what would
That's a Monday most people can't beat.
What would I do different? Was it? Is it Tuesday?
Oh yeah, that's right. It was Tuesday.
Yeah, and you're right. The only thing I didn't have was a bottle of Jack to just make the moment.
Yeah, there you go.
But it was definitely weird. I don't suggest anybody do that just for shits and giggles.
Can you imagine if you were sitting in the van and you were high and watched all that happen? Your head would explode.
Well, not only that, but when you run this back in your mind, that tornado lasted 13 hours.
Yeah, in weed time it did.
Like you were stuck there. I had nothing to drink. I had nothing to eat. There's no bathroom nearby. I can't call my wife during the storm. That's kind of stupid.
Nothing you can do.
Yeah, and then here's the funny part. Same tornado causes my wife. She goes to the grocery store right after work to pick up some groceries. She gets off at 5:00. This is about 4:10, 4:15 that I
rode the tornado.
Yeah, that I started. Of course, it ended at 5:15 a.m. because it's 13 hours because it's high as hell. No, anyways, it's 4:15 p.m. It came through. So I make it home. No big deal. Turns out, same tornado. My wife, the sirens start going off in the town that my wife works in. And she was at a grocery store getting groceries. And so they made everybody go to the back of the store, get into the bathrooms, and hunker down. And so she was in the store. She was in the store for probably about 5 minutes when all this stuff started. And by the time she got done shopping and everything after they called it down, hell, she get home till 6:30, and she's usually home by 5:15 if she leaves work. So
right,
yeah, it took her a little while, but apparently that the tornado went well north of them and didn't affect anybody there. So
okay,
flooding did.
That's good news.
Yeah, there's a lot of flooding up there in Veneta.
Oh yeah, everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Well, Hell, in my backyard.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, your neighbor's house.
Oh, God, man. Everybody in the neighborhood took a bunch of water on today. It was crazy.
Yeah, I don't recommend it, but am I going to move away from Oklahoma? No.
No.
Hell no. This is a place when the tornadoes happen, everybody goes outside to watch it. And if you think that's just if you think it's just on TV, you think if you think it's just a TV thing, no, it's for real. And we're not talking just rednecks and trailer trash. No, it's middle class and upper class, and we all go on our porch.
Just what you do, man.
Yeah, that's what we were taught. You know what else I'm taught?
It was bred into us.
Yeah. You know what else I was taught?
Tell me.
That if you hold your pee too long, you won't be able to sit down for a week. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the famous Tiddy and Shiner Show break. On the other side, when we come back, we're going to talk about Rocklahoma. Capiche? Rock on while we go pee. Welcome back. Hey, tell you what, peeps, we've got Rocklahoma coming up, and actually, Shiner and I will be partying at the gates of Rocklahoma. Yes, they won't even let you in yet, but 2 weeks from Saturday, on the 18th, we will be at the gates partying our ass off. That's where we found out the world does turn, and it moves through the galaxy last year. So I'm sure this is going to be, yeah.
Come find us. We'll see if we can recreate that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll be there. Tiddy and Shiner Show will be there in color and live. We might even do some interview and some funny stuff out there that we might be able to put out to everybody. We might even go live on Facebook. You never know.
Never know.
You never know. But the only way you're going to get notified is if you like 420 Eats, because if I go live on Facebook, the only way it's going to notify you is if you like us. So go like us. Capiche? Yeah, we're going to be doing some 420 Eats stuff there. There's some interesting changes, I should say, going on at Rocklahoma. They're going to have a beer and barbecue area. So I guess from what I understand, it's going to be a couple of different barbecue places serving their barbecue. And Shiner and I love barbecue. Oh,
God.
I'll eat shitty barbecue and be happy with it.
Yeah.
That's kind of how much of a barbecue whore we are. However, we're going to be doing that and at the Roadhouse stage, which is done by Doug Barges with D&B Processing. And it's going to have food and beer at it as well. And that stage is going to be open on Thursday for the fans in the campground. So we'll be able to go there, kind of like last year where they had music going on at the Axis place right there by where we camped. This year it's going to be inside the venue, right there at the gates for you to walk in. So, I think it'll be cool. There's going to be a lot going on Thursday. Thursday has gone from a day of getting your party on to doing more music. We used to just party our asses off on Thursday and get drunk as hell and fall asleep in somebody else's camp and what have you. But now there's music going on 1, 2, 3, 4 stages on Thursday at the same time.
Well, that's party to be had.
Yeah. And I'm not sure when this is going to take place, but at Rocklahoma, at the Proving Grounds, which is Steve Murdoch's stage, the Tiddy and Shiner Show have decided to purchase a guitar, and they're going to get a lot of signatures from the bands playing there, and then I guess they're going to raffle that off. So that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, might do a raffle, might do a bid. Little miniature auction going on there or something, but Regardless, it'll be a cool thing. So, looking forward